Welcome back, everybody. We go to the top of the 6th inning with the Coral Gables Reds leading the West Kendall Nationals 3-0. Impressive pitching performance from Michael Rudman in his first action in AUBL Miami in quite some time. Was very sharp, giving up only 1 hit, and it was to the pitcher, Eric Berkowitz. So Jose Marcano now will come in for the Coral Gables Reds. Jose Marcano, of course, had great success with Team Venezuela last season. Started several games, came in relief in several games, and had very good numbers for Team Venezuela last season. Throws a variety of different pitches, throws very hard, and throws a lot of strikes. So another tough pitcher for the West Kendall Nationals. So their road is not getting any easier here. Already down 3-0. And let's go back and look at how those runs were scored. The Coral Gables Reds have scored 3 runs on 3 terrible throws from the West Kendall Nationals. The first one in the 2nd inning, Carlos Pena was hit by a pitch and tried a delayed steal. He would have been out by about 4 steps. But the Nationals catcher threw the ball into center field and enabled the runner to make it all the way to third base, eventually scoring on a wild pitch. In the 4th inning, Daniel Oliveri with a base hit, and Michael Rudman, this time the pitcher, Eric Berkowitz, the pitcher this time, threw the ball into right field and scored, and Oliveri eventually scored as the ball went all the way into right field. It wasn't Berkowitz, it was the catcher, Marquez, once again, in his 2nd throwing error, threw the ball into right field, and Oliveri scored all the way from first base. A very impressive running performance from Oliveri on that one. And then Chris Wilmoth scored in the 5th inning on a pickoff attempt by Berkowitz that the first baseman was unable to come up with, and Wilmoth eventually scored on a double by Carlos Pena. So that's where we sit, 3-0, and you are up to speed here. It's going to be up to the West Kendall Nationals to try to get back into this game, as the Coral Gables Reds so far have not allowed very much. Other than 1 hit by Eric Berkowitz, the Nationals have been fairly quiet tonight. Uncharacteristically so, but at the same time, this is not your regular West Kendall Nationals squad, as they are missing Gil Garcia, they are missing Yuri Lopetegui, they are missing several players that would ordinarily be here. David Vidal is not here, and they also lost Chris Wilmoth to the Coral Gables Reds. So a tough road for the West Kendall Nationals here, as they've already faced a very hot Michael Rudman and now have to face a very hot Jose Marcano. And let's forget, Aidin Nazario, who was one of the top pitchers in the league last season, is not even here. And Marcano uncharacteristically walks the leadoff hitter. So Edwin Marquez reaches first for the 2nd time. The first time he reached on a strikeout where the ball was unable to be caught by Luis Turan, the catcher, who is currently the catcher right now. Angel Vasquez now the batter for the West Kendall Nationals, and we'll see if they can get something going here with a leadoff runner. Fastball in for a strike. Marcano has several different pitches that he can throw for a strike. He has a very, very impressive curveball. And that one way outside. And we do see that sometimes from Marcano, where he'll have a lapse and throw a pitch way out of the strike zone. But for the most part, Marcano has excellent control. And of course, the last batter he did walk, so we'll see what kind of control he has tonight. And he does seem to be having a hard time finding the strike zone right now. And that one almost hit him. So the count, 3-1. So he is one pitch away from walking the first two batters. And I'm sure Eric Rivera now wondering, as this is the first action Jose Marcano has had for him, as to what type of pitcher Marcano is. That ball popped way in the air. Oliveri comes in and makes the catch. I think in that situation, folks, what you want to do is take that pitch, even though it's a strike, and make him throw another pitch, because Marcano did seem to have some difficulty finding the strike zone. And when you're down 3 runs, the key is to have base runners, and now it'll be Juice Ortega, the manager, at bat. And that fastball in for a strike. Ortega doing the right thing by taking that fastball and forcing Marcano to work here, as they're trying to get something going. And that one pounded into the hole. Nice play by Ortegano, but unable to come up with the ball. That'll go as an infield hit for Juice Ortega. So Marquez reaches second on the hit, and Juice Ortega now on first. With one out, it's Amemlo Vasquez, the batter, an impressive stature with good power. Old school approach, no batting gloves. Lefty on lefty here. Fastball outside for a ball. So Marcano is having some difficulty getting that first pitch strike. And we'll see if Vasquez makes him work the way the other batters are. Big swing and a miss at that fastball. He seemed to like that one. Marcano makes a move back to second base. I don't think the runners are going to be stealing here. With a left-handed batter, it's never a good idea to try to steal third. And that ball sliced into left field for a base hit. The Nationals do have something going here, as that throw comes in and gets away, but the runners will not be able to advance. The West Kendall Nationals now have bases loaded. A nice hit from Amemlo Vasquez. And with one out, it's the money man, Tony Cash, using a little lighter bat than what we've seen lately. I spoke with Tony before the game tonight and asked him about last season, which was uncharacteristic for him to not hit the ball the way he had been, and he attributed it to using a heavier bat. He basically said, you know, look, I was trying to go with a heavier bat. I was trying to, hit more home runs, and now he's back to using a 33 instead of a 34. That one in the dirt, gets away from Tehran, but runner's unable to advance. So Tony Cash with the 33-inch bat now, we'll see how that works out for him, as last season was not as good as the two previous seasons for Tony Cash. That one pounded into the ground, foul on the left side, so the count even up at 1-1. Once again, I think the money man would have been better served to let that one go. That may have been a ball. And with a pitcher who's struggling like this, you always want to make him throw as many pitches as possible. Curveball in for a strike, and the money man, upset with himself, takes a little stroll and back into the batter's box. I think the money man liked how that pitch looked and just could not pull the trigger. And Marcano now with one out in the stretch, bases loaded, and Cash fouls it straight back. That one pounded into the ground, foul. So Cash having a very good at-bat here, as he's now fouled off 3 pitches from Jose Marcano. And what that essentially does is not just force him to pitch more pitches, but it also gives more opportunity for a walk. Even if Cash isn't able to come up with a hit here, it gives more opportunities to work the count in your favor. And that changeup is just left outside and high, and good restraint on the part of Tony Cash not to pull the trigger on that one. So the Nationals, with their best opportunity by far of the game, down 3-0. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Big swing and a miss. He struck him out. I think the money man might have been better served to take a little bit less of a swing on that one, but he decided to take a full, hard swing at that one. And let me tell you, folks, if he had connected on that, that ball may still be traveling right now. A big, big swing from Tony Cash. And that's, one of the things philosophically that's different from today's baseball, as the players from yesteryear took more pride in not striking out. And today's baseball players do strike out at a much, much, much higher rate, as they are looking to hit the long ball. Juan Nunez steps in and fouls the fastball straight back. So Nunez with 2 outs and the bases loaded. That one down low for a ball. The count, 1-1 to Juan Nunez, the gentle giant. Big swing and a miss at that fastball. Count now 1-2 to Juan Nunez. This is by far the best opportunity the Nationals have had this game, as Rudman was very impressive through the first 5 innings. Marcano has given up a walk and 2 hits in this inning. So the Nationals have done more this inning than they were able to do the entire game up until this point. Big swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Jose Marcano able to get out of it with no runs. The West Kendall Nationals leave the bases loaded here in the 6th inning and are unable to put any runs on the board. And Gabby Lorenzo now will take the ball. So Eric Berkowitz, I believe, will go to second base, as Busy Paredes was ejected from the game earlier. So the Nationals still unable to put any runs on the board. The Coral Gables Reds leading the West Kendall Nationals 3-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. It is impressive that the Nationals have been able to stay in this game through 5 innings, as they are missing most of their regular players. They had to enlist some new players, including the catcher and the first baseman. A father-son combination. Angel Vasquez and Amemlo Vasquez. Angel Vasquez tonight has had a rough night. He's 0 for 3 and has 2 errant throws that have led to 2 of the 3 runs for the Coral Gables Reds. So unfortunately for Angel Vasquez, he has impacted this game in a negative way. His dad, Amemlo, has impacted it in a positive way, as he is 1 for 3 in that last inning. He had a hit that almost led to a rally for the West Kendall Nationals. Manny Guerrero steps in. Guerrero 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far. Gabby Lorenzo starts things off with a wild pitch. Lorenzo also, like Eric Berkowitz, very impressive. Throws a lot of strikes, has many different pitches in his repertoire. Fastball, foul back. And in continuing that discussion about the money man, Tony Cash, striking out and doing so swinging extremely hard at strike 3, it is not an indictment on Tony Cash. It is the difference between today's baseball and baseball played 30 years ago and beyond. If you look at some of the greats in the game, and the first one that comes to mind is Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio was not uncommon for him to strike out 5 or 10 times in an entire season. And now, you've got players striking out 5 times in 2 games. Giancarlo Stanton for the Miami Marlins has struck out already 65 times this season. And the season is not even half over. That fastball ripped foul. And it was more common in baseball that was played back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s for players to take a lot more pride in not striking out. You would see players with 2 strikes choke up on the bat, take the ball to right field, put the ball in play, force the defense to make a play. And the philosophy in Major League Baseball has changed. And I don't know if it's for the better or not, folks, but I can tell you that strikeouts are up dramatically in the last several years in Major League Baseball. So ball 4 to Manny Guerrero. Gabby Lorenzo starts off with an uncharacteristic walk. So it is no longer considered a taboo to strike out in Major League Baseball. It is something very common now. Fastball in for a strike. Miami Beach's finest coming in behind us. Fastball hit to the right side. Over to second for 1. And back to first. An easy double play. I'm not sure why the batter didn't run there, as Luis Terán maybe is hurt. But whether he's hurt or not hurt, he most definitely did not run. So Alex Quadra being added to the bottom of the lineup. Fastball in for a strike. I got it. I got it. And that fastball in for a strike. So Alex Quadra comes off the bench and is rudely greeted with 2 fastballs in for a strike from Gabby Lorenzo. Once again, folks, we apologize for the perspective that we have tonight, as we had to go undercover as it did rain. And that fastball in for strike 3. He struck him out, and that will do it. The Reds go down in order, albeit after a walk, a double play, and a strikeout. And that will do it. So we are through 6 innings completed, and the Coral Gables Reds leading the West Kendall Nationals 3-0. You're watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. Folks, we also want to remind you that Kendall Hyundai is sponsoring tonight's game. If you're in the market for purchasing a new or a used vehicle, Kendall Hyundai is the place to be. I've been there several times over the last few weeks, and I will tell you, their staff is very, very friendly. And Steve Gutstein, the owner, general manager there, works with all of his customers very, very well, and they are looking to sell as many cars as they possibly can. A great environment to buy a car at Kendall Hyundai. Foul tipped into the glove for strike one. Big swing and a miss for strike two. So Zach Gonzalez, the batter. Gonzalez has struck out twice already. And that went down low. And left outside, so the count even now at 2-2. Fouled straight back. So, in continuing the discussion about striking out versus not striking out and hitting home runs, in all fairness to the current major league players, home runs are hit at a much higher rate than they ever were back then. And that fastball in for strike three. So he has struck out 3 times tonight, has Zach Gonzalez. All of them looking. The home runs that are hit today and the rate that they're hit at is much higher and impacts the game dramatically. Back in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, it was much more common for pitchers to pitch a complete game. It was much more common for hitters to hit fewer home runs. 2-0 now to Eric Berkowitz. But in today's major leagues, because so many players are hitting so many home runs, they are now giving up at bats in terms of strikeouts because they're swinging harder at 2-strike pitches. And that fastball in for a strike, so the count now even 2-2 to Eric Berkowitz, who pitched very well tonight. And he slices that one, but foul down the right side. Berkowitz had the only hit off of Michael Rudman tonight, which was also very impressive, as Michael Rudman brought his A game tonight for the Coral Gables Reds. And that's hit to right field. Another hit, and that one gets by the right fielder. Here goes Eric Berkowitz to second base, and he can fly, folks. He's on his way to third base, and he will make it in easily. Eric Berkowitz with a single and 2 bases on an error, makes it all the way to third base. The ball was misplayed in right field, and Berkowitz can fly. He got around second base in a hurry. So Gabby Lorenzo now will take the spot of Busy Paredes and will have the task of trying to score Berkowitz. Lorenzo, the current starting pitcher, he takes the first pitch, a fastball, up for ball 1. Lorenzo also a pretty good hitter for a pitcher as well. So both Berkowitz and Lorenzo, no strangers to hitting. And he fouls that one back. A good cut from the pitcher, Gabby Lorenzo. That fastball left up high. A hitter's count now for Lorenzo at 2-1. So Berkowitz on third base with only 1 out. That fastball left outside and high. So Lorenzo now 1 pitch away from a walk, which would bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Edwin Marquez, the leadoff hitter. And that one up high for ball 4. So Gabby Lorenzo earns a walk. Both of the pitchers for the Nationals are on base right now. And that went in for a strike. That one fouled back, so Marcano seems to have gotten his control back. And that one outside. That one fouled back. A good fastball from Jose Marcano. That ball's hit sharply, and he gets into right field for a base hit. Here comes the first run for the West Kendall Nationals. Eric Berkowitz scores. An RBI base hit for Edwin Marquez, and the Nationals get on the board. So the Nationals now trail 3-1. And Angel Vasquez now the batter. Big swing and a miss from Vasquez. So Vasquez looking to atone for his 0 for 3 performance and his 2 throwing error performance. A hit here could erase all of that. As he's taken 2 very large swings at Marcano's fastball. And now is down 0-2. Fouled straight back. He stays alive. We're in the top of the 7th inning, folks. That one up high. We are in the top of the 7th inning, and the West Kendall Nationals have finally scored their first run of the game. The Coral Gables Reds have been in complete command of this game, and just like we've seen with other broadcasts, no lead is safe. That ball hit very well! Going back! Going back! It is off the wall! Here comes 1 run! A monster blast off the wall for Angel Vasquez! An RBI double! An RBI double for Angel Vasquez, and the Nationals now trail 3-2. So here come the Nationals, folks. We knew they wouldn't go quietly, and the manager, Juice Ortega, with 2nd and 3rd. Infield is in. Fastball in for a strike. So the Coral Gables Reds all of a sudden go from leading 3-0 to leading 3-2, and only 1 out with 2 runners on 2nd and 3rd. That one gets away. Here comes the 3rd run of the game for the Nationals, and the game is tied. The Nationals have tied the game 3-3. Well, what they wrote down was not Alex. Thank you. We have been corrected. It is Alex Vasquez, not Angel Vasquez, but let's see what happens here, folks. Juice Ortega swings at a high fastball, uncharacteristic for Ortega. Typically excellent back control. Does not go out of the strike zone very often, does Ortega. The Nationals have scored 3 runs and have tied the game. The infield's still in. Fastball down low. So Jose Marcano has not had the same success that Michael Rudman had. And no one warming up in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 outs in the inning, and the infield will move back. So Amemo Vasquez now, who's 1 for 3, had a sharp base hit last inning against Jose Marcano, seems to have a good stroke, and it also seems to be seeing the baseball well out of Marcano's hand. Very exciting game, folks. Another great broadcast. We have been very fortunate, folks, that our broadcasts in the last year have all been excellent. And tonight is no different, as the Coral Gables Reds had a 3-0 lead that has been erased. And that fastball in for a strike. That 3-0 lead has been erased in one inning, as the West Kendall Nationals have put up 3 big runs and are not finished. The cleanup hitter at bat with a runner still at third base. That ball hit very well. Going back, and it is caught. Oliveri with a nice catch in center field. A great catch by Daniel Oliveri in center field prevents the Nationals from taking the lead. So that will do it. But the West Kendall Nationals put up 3 big runs and have tied the game 3-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. For the Reds coming up this inning, the top of the order, Andres Ortegano, Rafa Quintero, Daniel Oliveri, and Juan Rivera. Although I do see in the on-deck circle we will get a confirmation as to who will be hitting here. It looks like Rafa Quintero is in the on-deck circle, so I do not believe they will be adding anybody to the lineup here. And I don't know that Coach Rivera would want to at this point with the game tied. He's already added a 12th batter in the form of Alex Quadra, who struck out last inning. So Ortegano, Quintero, Oliveri, and Rivera, the meat of this order coming up. And we'll see what Gabby Lorenzo can do against these difficult hitters. What a game, folks. If you haven't watched the first 6.5 innings of this game, first of all, where have you been? And second of all, you have missed a great performance. Michael Rudman, the starting pitcher for the Reds, was absolutely fantastic, giving up only 1 hit to Eric Berkowitz. Berkowitz had the only hit for the Nationals. Eric Berkowitz also pitched very well for the West Kendall Nationals, and had it not been for 3 throwing errors, this game actually right now could be 3-0 in favor of the Nationals. All 3 runs scored by the Coral Gables Reds were on throwing errors. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning with the score tied 3-3. Gabby Lorenzo goes to work here. That fastball up and in sends a message to Ortegano, basically telling him, stay off of my plate. As Ortegano backs off a step here and obliges Lorenzo. And that ball slicing down the right field line. It is a fair ball. Here's the throw to third, and he is out at third. What a play! What a play by the West Kendall Nationals, as Ortegano seemed to have a sure triple. So the Reds go from possibly having a runner at third base with no outs to having 1 out and no runners on. What a change of events that just occurred. A great play by the West Kendall Nationals, getting Ortegano out at third. Fastball in for a strike. Lorenzo seems to be on his game tonight. It is tense here, folks. We have a large crowd, and you can hear a pin drop here. There's the curveball. Quintero hits it to the right field, settles under it, and makes the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Quintero now 0 for 3 on the night. And that'll bring up last season's batting champion, Daniel Oliveri, 1 for 2 on the night. Two outs in the inning. Ex-major leaguer Juan Rivera on deck. Once again, we apologize for the camera shake. Fastball in for a strike. Lorenzo put that fastball right on the outside corner. Fastball hit very well to left field. Going back, and he makes the catch. Juan Nunez made the catch. A well-hit ball by Daniel Oliveri. But Juan Nunez was there to make the catch. The Reds go down 1-2-3, albeit very exciting. But no base runners for the Coral Gables Reds. We are through 7 innings completed. It is the West Kendall Nationals 3, the Coral Gables Reds 3. You are watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. For me to talk about? Yeah. He's calling his shot. Unbelievable. Well, folks, I apologize for no commentary, but as you can see, Juan Nunez has hit an RBI double, scoring Tony Cash, who had walked. And I apologize as I was taking pictures on the field. I'm sure you folks all saw me out there. And here's a bunt. That ball hit hard into the ground. Andres Oregon, unable to come up with it. Throw back to third, and Nunez back in safe. The wheels coming off for the Coral Gables Reds. So with no outs, Eric Berkowitz, who's had a great night tonight, has been on base twice with base hits. He has had the best night of anybody for the Nationals. Runners on first and third and no outs. Fastball down low for a ball. Zach Gonzalez at first base, tempting a throw from Pena, but Pena not obliging. Infield is playing back right now, looking for a double play. The Reds already down 1 run. Big swing and a miss from Burgos. Snap throw to first base, and he is safe at first. And he's out. He did not stay on the bag, and he's called out. Manny Guerrero held the tag on him. A smart play from Manny Guerrero erases the base runner at first base. So Manny Guerrero at first base for the Coral Gables Reds was attempting the tag on Zach Gonzalez on the snap throw from Pena, and he was safe getting in there, called safe. But he stepped off the bag just for a brief second, and that ball hit into left field for a base hit. Eric Berkowitz with his 3rd hit of the night, an RBI hit, scoring Juan Nunez. Eric Berkowitz, an impressive performance tonight. 3 for 4. And now it's Gabby Lorenzo, who walked in his only at-bat tonight, took over for Busy Paredes, who was thrown out of the game back in the 5th inning. Nationals have scored twice this inning and now lead 5-3. What a turnaround of events. The Reds were leading 3-0. Big swing and a miss from Gabby Lorenzo. Lorenzo said, I have a curve that looks like that. Marcano has had problems. He has given up 5 runs. 6 runs. 5 runs. Fastball up high. Marcano has given up 5 runs after Michael Rudman threw a 1-hitter. Michael Rudman, through 5 innings, gave up only 1 hit from Eric Berkowitz. And that one left outside on the changeup. Lorenzo very disciplined at the plate. Family here, as always. Big swing and a miss. He struck him out. So that's 2 outs in the inning, and that'll turn over the top of the lineup. Edwin Marquez, the batter. Marquez singled and scored in his last at-bat, last inning. Ball gets away, but did not advance. Berkowitz, a very, very fast runner at first base, so Pena needed to be alert. Marquez has reached in his last 2 at-bats. He walked in the 6th, had a base hit in the 7th, and fouled that one straight back. Another good swing from Marquez. That one gets away, and Berkowitz will advance this time. Takes a turn at second base, and now you can see the pitcher, Jose Marcon, is not happy with himself. He took that throw back and snapped his glove in disgust with himself. Foul tipped it into the glove. Fastball in for strike 3, and that will do it, but not without the damage done, as the West Kendall Nationals score 2 big runs and lead the Coral Gables Reds 5-3 on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. Unbelievable turn of events here, folks. What a game. And it makes you really feel for Michael Rudman, who pitched an absolute gem tonight. Rudman pitched 5 innings, did not give up a hit in the first 4 of them. Jose Marcon has come in, and while he is very well respected in AUBL Miami, the Nationals did not show that same respect for him as they greeted him with 5 big runs in 2 innings. They also had bases loaded the first inning Marcon pitched, so between in the 3 innings that Marcon has pitched, the Nationals have batted around twice. And Gabby Lorenzo now gaining some momentum on the mound, as giving Gabby Lorenzo a lead is a very dangerous thing, as Lorenzo smells blood in the water here. The spring 2014 Cy Young Award winner is no stranger to these situations. So the Reds now, as we come to the bottom of the 8th inning, will have ex-major leaguer Juan Rivera leading off. The wind blowing in tonight, so it is going to be hard for anybody, even Rivera, to hit a home run here tonight. Although Rivera does have over 300 major league home runs. Rivera played 12 seasons, notably for the Yankees and the Angels, although he did play for several different major league teams. Also played for Team Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic. Fastball in for a strike. Lorenzo, unimpressed, feeds a fastball to the impressive Juan Rivera. And that one fouled off his bat. It might have hit him had it not hit his bat. And now the ruling is it did hit him. Joel Garcia definitively says it hit Juan Rivera, and Rivera will take his base. And that's a good call from Juice Ortega, asking the umpires if they had actually swung at the pitch. Because Rivera did check his swing. He was granted first base on the hit batter. And you know, let's be honest, folks, of all the scenarios for the Nationals, that's not the worst of them. Juan Rivera reaches base for the first time tonight. And now it's Chris Wilmoth, who is no stranger to Gabby Lorenzo. Chris Wilmoth has caught Gabby Lorenzo before, so if anyone knows the pitch selection, it's Chris Wilmoth. There's the curveball, gets away, and Juan Rivera will take second base easily. Chris Wilmoth, typically in these situations has been for the Nationals, is coming up as the tying run with massive home run power. Oh, and he took a huge swing at that one. We have seen Wilmoth hit home runs into the wind in many situations in the past, including the All-Star game versus the Federal League back in 2014, where there was a gale wind. And that one's going way back, and it is foul! Chris Wilmoth almost tied the game with that one. The count 1-2 to Chris Wilmoth, who's already put fear into the West Kendall Nationals with that last bomb that just went foul. And that one in for strike 3. Wilmoth does not agree with the call, but did not argue it. Wilmoth, obviously a very tall hitter, his strike zone a little bit bigger than some of the other players. Carlos Pena, the batter. Curveball left inside. Over the inside corner for strike one. Gabby Lorenzo with excellent movement on that curveball. It also has some 12-6 action on it. And that fastball in for a strike on the outside corner. Very impressive 2 pitches from Gabby Lorenzo here. Ex-Major Leaguer Juan Rivera on second base with 1 out. The Reds trailing by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Curveball hit well to left field. Juan Nunez under it, and he makes the catch. Rivera fakes going to third, but he will not go. And Juan Nunez makes the catch in left field. A nice catch from Juan Nunez. Pablo Martel, the batter. Martel is 0 for 2 on the night. Fastball way outside with that one. Fastball just low for a ball. The count 2-0 to Pablo Martel. Martel struck out in the second looking and grounded to third in the 5th inning. So 3-0 the count. We have 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The West Kendall Nationals have come back, all the way back, and now lead the Coral Gables Reds 5-3. The Reds had a stranglehold on this game. Got it by him with that fastball. The count full, 3-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. We go to the 9th inning. The West Kendall Nationals leading the Coral Gables Reds 5-3 on the AUBL Miami Baseball Network. Top. If it were the bottom, no, I'm saying if it were the bottom, the game would be over because they're winning.
Okay, but they are home or visitor?
No, they're visitor.
Yeah,
So the Coral Gables Reds looking dejected as they walk out onto the field. Jose Marcano is still the pitcher. So either Sammy Candanosa did not come this evening or any of the other Reds pitchers. So Eric Rivera going to go with Jose Marcano. Ride or die, as they say. some very dejected faces on the part of the Reds, and I don't know if it's showing through on the broadcast right now, but the Reds are not feeling good at this point. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Gabby Lorenzo in your living room, folks. Number 2 batter for the Nationals now, Alex Vasquez. Big swing at that fastball. Probably swung a little out of the strike zone there. Left outside. That ball is way back! Going back! It is gone! It is gone! Alex Vasquez hits a massive home run over the left field wall. The Nationals now lead 6-3. That ball was way back. Well, folks, I can say with a surety that Alex Vasquez has more than made up for his 2 throwing errors. He has now accounted for 2 runs of his own, an RBI double in the 7th inning, a home run in the 9th inning. Alex Vasquez.